What is good, y'all? It's Ronald, also known as Youcapper from Sportsmemo.com. Got my guy Chris be capping with me. We're gonna do some live capping today. I think we both ran through some numbers and trends, and then we're gonna try to go into deeper at an SDQL level and see if we can get some bets out there. Man, how was your weekend? How was your actually? You know what? Real quick, because I didn't drop the trends of the day. The first two trends are on this first game. It's the Chicago White Sox 6-1 first five under, and then also 1-6 on the first five run line as favorites when Kopech starts, and the team is off a loss in his last start. That's the way that I was rocking with it. I put those bets in about 20 minutes ago. Chris told me that it was the first five under was Ski's best bet on his show today, so I'm loving that, and I think it pops off in about what 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's like less than five. Yeah, about 5 minutes. Yeah,
So if
I'm
you're
I'm, I'm,
catching
go, I'm
this
going
right
to the
now,
pay. I'm going to the pay window right now. I see. Put mine in.
if you're catching it right now, that's the way that I'm rocking with the first game here. It's that first five under and the first five run line towards the Royals, not the White Sox. So we're fading the White Sox in the first five run line. And then, but yeah, so back at it. I had a crazy weekend off the grid, no cell service, no Wi-Fi. Went camping out, like pretty much the most northwestern part of Washington State. Like really, like pretty much at the point. You know, if you know what Washington State looks like, there's that little corner, the point of the corner. That's where I was this weekend. But it was amazing. Had my family and a couple of family friends as well that I've known since high school. So we went out there, had some fun with our kids. But for you, man, how was your weekend? I seen some tweets earlier talking about you've been killing the bases, killing the
Yes,
bases.
sir. I see.
Yeah, let's hopefully we can continue to doing that. But how was your weekend?
It was good, bro. I didn't do much, man. Just kind of relaxed. Took the me and my family went grab some dinner, went did a little shopping. But baseball's been good, I see. And I know with the anticipation of NFL season, we got preseason games. A lot of people are just looking for that who can't find their way in baseball, but just kind of sticking it out. I feel like now we talked about this recently on your show, just having more trends, having more data to kind of support our plays and just align us and what we like. It's been extremely profitable. So I'm not gonna go away anything that's putting money in my pocket. I did a short MLB spaces yesterday. I gave out 3 plays. They went 2-0-1 because we got to push the Chicago White Sox game, which was actually my favorite spot. Ended up having a rain delay, so
Yeah.
the delay ended up being a postponement for the game, so that was a push. You should have got your money back. I put that in the chalkboard as well, but we hit on the Yankees first five, Yankees and Blue Jays first five under 3.5, and we hit on the full game under as well, under 7. So yeah, it's been a good. Then Saturday, I think I went 6-2-1 ski. So I mean, I see ski RC.
Yeah,
So
you just came off of his show, so I get it.
yeah, so yeah, I think I know that baseball has been extremely profitable. So we just try and keep it up to date, man. Just try and pick and
Yeah.
choose our spots wisely for sure. Excited to do the show with you as always, my brother. Let's find some spots, actually.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I real quick, just going through the chat. Mitch, are you saying you're coming to Seattle? Because if you are, hit me up. Ron Crawford, always appreciate you coming in here.
What up, Ron?
Artucci RC, could you go through how you cap soccer for today's EPL? If there's time at the end of the show, I can. To be honest, real quick, I'm gonna be on the over 3 for today's matchup. So if we don't get to it, that's my play today. Is over 3 on that matchup. Um, Ron Crawford, I believe he's on. If I'm not mistaken, Ron Crawford's on Liverpool. And then still paid back. Yeah, okay, yeah, I got you. You touched on NFL preseason. I dropped my preseason plays before I left the city. Those went 2-1 this weekend, so I think I'm 3-1 on NFL preseason so far. Bro, like since last December, I'm hitting over 70%, like including like the NFL regular season, playoffs, and preseason. I've been hitting over 70% of my NFL plays
That's crazy,
on the
RC.
sides and totals. But I'm really excited for this. I signed up for the Million Circle Millions.
Yeah, I heard you
Um,
talking about that way. Wayne.
yeah, I signed
Yeah.
up with A Wang, So hopefully we put our Asian math brains together and just kill it.
RC, this your first show since you went to the game the other night?
Since I went to the game from the Seahawks game?
Yeah.
No, I think I had a show on Friday. Yeah, I had a show on Friday.
So you went
Yeah,
on Thursday. Okay.
Yeah, I went on Thursday. Yeah.
I was just wondering how the game was.
Yeah, it was fun. Because I played the Bears, and it was weird, dude. I had a Seahawks jersey, and was rooting for the Bears silently as they just smacked us up. But Easton looked dope. He was risking. He was throwing some risky passes, and you could see Gino was really just chilling. Gino was chilling. He didn't throw any risky passes at all. He was trying to just manage the game, just get through it. You could tell in the preseason, you want to look for coaches who care about preseason and who doesn't. You can see that there's a big gap between those types of teams, and the Seahawks are one of those teams who don't really care. And also the roster makeup. If you got quarterbacks or players that are in key positions that are trying to make it onto the roster, you want to focus on those types of teams in the NFL preseason, especially when there's only 3 now versus 4 for previous years. But yeah, with that said, man, let's get into the MLB slate.
Let's do it.
Today,
I see, SoCal on the chat. What up, SoCal? Fremont, what's up?
Yeah, what up to the chat? Yeah. What was the first game? Sorry, the first game I actually broke it down on. Sorry, 1 second. I broke it down on Wagertalk today this morning, real briefly, and it was one of the MLB trends to watch. Minnesota 11-1-2 on the full game under at home versus starting left-handed pitchers when the total is greater than 7. So let me bring that up on my screen here. 1 second.
That's a hell of a trend, RC. Appreciate you sharing that, bro. I don't typically do that, RC. Why you bringing that up? I don't typically look at like when the line is set unless I take like a deep dive into the game. And it was actually one of the trends that I used with the Blue Jays yesterday. The Blue Jays against starting left-handed pitcher when the total was set at 7.5 or under. They're 0-7. They were 0-7 yesterday to the full game under, which is why I bet that game under 7.5 yesterday.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Did you have anything on this game before I start breaking it down?
Not the only thing I had RC on this game was let's see. Let me pull my notes up. What I had was the Twins being 9-3 on the first 5 run line as a home favorite versus starting left-handed pitcher, and then the Twins also being 8-3-1 to the first 5 under as home favorites against starting left-handed pitching. So just not hitting really well.
Got you. All right, so we got Cole Reagan's lefty versus Sonny Gray righty. You can see their ERAs here in the whip. You can see Cole Reagan, he has a 5.02 and 1.47 whip. But I was watching, or I follow a lot of prospects because I collect baseball prospect cards. And this guy, he's actually been pretty solid and coming up prior going to the majors. He had a 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Now it's closer to 1-to-1. So in my opinion, I think we see a little bit of positive regression from that aspect, and that means the Twins are going to struggle, hopefully, from the bat perspective here. And then you see Sonny Gray obviously dominating, whether he's at home or away. You could tell by the 3.08 ERA at home and overall 3.11. And then on this side, you can see these numbers here: 10.38 ERA on the road, 5.02 in his first 3 starts in his MLB career. But what I see here is the bat perspective right here. Rangers.
Zoom in just a tad bit, I think.
I got you. Is that better?
Yes, sir.
Got you. So we got the Twins hitting lefties at home. They're struggling, right? Almost what was that 0.4 runs per game less than they do against righties. And then on this side, the Rangers struggle against righties on the road, almost a full run less than they do against lefties. And if you look at the last 5, both struggling real bad in these spots here. 3 runs per game against lefties and then 3.2 against righties. From a trend perspective, they're trending towards the under there. And then when we get to that, to give me the dog here, I'll bring up that trend, one of the MLB trends to watch, which was on the Twins here. I'll zoom in right after I plug it in. I'll just drop that first. Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. I see. That's
okay.
Good.
So right here we have Twins at home versus starting left-handed pitchers, and we already saw, from Spodevs that they struggle in this spot offensively. 3-11-2 to the under on the full game, 4-10-2 to the under first 5. Here are their numbers here: 2.44, 1.44 there, and then if we look at the current form, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I mean, a lot in a row, and then you have a push.
It's like 11.
Right? Yeah, and then and then what I did is, how we sometimes I reorder this to see like the
total is
numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could see both of these overs were when the total was 7. So what I did was just said when the total is greater than 7. They're 11-1-2 to the under in the spot here.
That's crazy
on the full game. And we have the total at 8.5, and combined we're seeing like around 6.25 around there. So that's the way that I was looking at it in this one. And I broke that down on Wagertalk today. If we look at Sonny Gray, I know a lot of him specifically, you're seeing the over, right? But he's getting a lot of run support here. And like I said earlier, I think we're going to see positive regression on Cole Reagans. I think he's going to be able to go back to what he was doing, not exactly like he did in the AAA, but in my perspective, the Twins are struggling to the point where he can kind of do better, obviously, than his first 3 starts. So that's the way that I was looking at it on here.
So I see. Can you while you have him up already? Can you pull up his starts? When has he ever started in the left-handed pitcher? Been on the opposite side?
We can check that.
What up, Sosa? I see Sosa in the chat. DJ in the chat. What up, DJ?
Just one game, and that game went under 5-0.
Okay.
And in the first 5, they had no runs, so
that's even better, even more support.
Yeah, it's hard to say who came in afterwards to give up the 5 runs, obviously. But that kind of shows versus a starting left-handed pitcher that they struggled.
Yeah, absolutely. I see. Is it a way? The only thing that scares me just a tad bit is I'm looking at. I know how when the Twins score, it's typically because of power, right? They hit a lot of home runs. Can we look at the Twins like in their away games? I mean, not even away games, just in the games that they win, like how many home runs they're hitting. I don't know. It's a good parameter
versus lefties or just in general.
Just in general, like. I want to see just
what you're saying.
Then see it against lefties too, because going back to the Spodevs RC, I see Cole Reagan. While you say you expect some regression to the mean, I see him giving up 1.33 home runs in his last 3 games and 2 in away spots. So that's
most of that damage was done against Houston. And that was at Minute Maid Park, so that's a hitter's park. So that's probably that's where most of it was happening. But if we look at the Twins here, I guess it's still less than they do against righties. You're trying to look at the Twin side, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and it's always hard to look at Spodevs here. You would probably want to look at like Fangraphs or like minor league. Sosa, I'm with you. I'm with you on that Royals play. That was one of my trends to watch this morning for MLB, but I just dropped it earlier, right at the beginning of the show. So I like that look there.
Is that more of a play on backing Cole Reagan and knowing that he's gonna slow down the Twins offense, or you just you trust that you want to face Sonny Gray in this spot and think that the Rangers are gonna be able to score? I mean, the Royals are gonna be able to score.
That's actually the White Sox.
Oh, that's a separate game.
Yeah,
I'm tripping. With Kopech. Okay. Okay, yeah, I just played.
But this one specifically, it's more so a combination of Reagan's positive regression on his side, and also the struggles on the offense for both of these teams, pretty much.
Right. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that's my play on it. I don't know if you're gonna have a play on like an official play, but my official is the under full game 8.5.
Yeah, nah. With trends that heavy RC, I'm tailing that one. I didn't put that up in my notes, but I'm tailing that. I like that.
All right, got you. And I think I got it at minus 110 this morning. I think it should be around the same at 8.5. All right, so next game, let's go to
What you play? I see the full game under 8.5.
Yeah, full game under 8.5. Yep,
I see the
what
minus
I'm going.
125. Okay.
All right, so the next game I have is the Angels and Rays, and for MLB trends to watch, 5-0-1 on the full game under at home, 0-4 on the first 5 run line as home faves when spring starts. So this primarily looking at spring starts specifically for those trends there. Did you have anything on this game at all?
Yeah, I see. So what, I think not even, I wouldn't say surface level, because a lot of the stuff that we do is taking deeper dives, but I do think that I think looking at this game, him being in this spot, RC, I think has to be like just checked a tad bit more, right? And what I mean is he's never been in this spot where he's been the home favorite, and the Rays have been able to face a starting left-handed pitcher, because we know that they do better against the left-handed pitcher. Yeah. So the Rays are 7-2 on the first 5 run line as a home favorite against starting left-handed pitchers. Although Springs is 0-5, like you said, to the run line. But when we get the Spodev, when we get the Give Me the Dog and pull it up, you'll see that it's a lack of run support for him. Yeah. But I think that they get that run support. So one way I was looking at this was taking the Rays in the first 5 on the run line.
Rays on the first 5. Okay.
Yeah. Right, let's look at it, though. Yeah, let's look at it.
All right. So we got Tucker Davidson, lefty, and then Springs, lefty. You can see their ERA here, 5.56, 2-3 on the over/under, 1.63 WHIP. So he's getting lit up. 2.85 on Springs, 1.11 WHIP, 12-3-1 to the under here. If we look at the splits, 1-1 on the road, 6.0 ERA. Springs 4-2, 2.67 ERA, and last 3 he's doing well. Looks like he's pretty consistent whether he's at home or on the road. And then on this side, from the bat perspective, Rays hitting lefties pretty well, 261 average, 4.27. So it looks like the even though they're hitting better by average, the power is a little bit less. So that's why the average run is pretty similar. Angels 223, 3.89 on the road, 3.89 runs on the road there. And then if we look at last 5, Angels just not doing anything at all. 2.2 runs, and then Rays 4.2 here. All right, so let's go to Give Me the Dog and bring up the trend that you mentioned. And what can you repeat that by chance?
Yeah, for sure. See, I got so we're on. So I wanted to look at the Rays as home favorites against starting left-handed pitching, because it's so different than when you look at spring starting.
Spring specifically?
Right. So you see there, all those trends are pretty good. You see 7-2 straight up, 7-1-1 to the first 5, 7-2 on the first 5 run line. Nothing really on the total, because you see 4-3. Yeah. You see a 7-2 to the first 5 over, but I like to stay away from them. And then, so all of that looks really, really well. In comparison with Jeffrey Springs, when he starts as a home favorite, you get something that's totally different. So taking a deeper dive, I put that in the query as well, just seeing him facing left-handed pitchers at home when he's a favorite, and he doesn't have one. So I think today would be the first day he actually gets one.
I got you. All right, so I just want to look at this real quick from, how like I do the total here. So
from the total's perspective.
Yeah, from the total's perspective. So 7 here. If we're looking at 6.5 and 7s, the over on 6.5, 2 pushes on the 7 here, and then the total today. Well, that's not today, is it? That's tomorrow. Today is 7.5. All right, perfect.
7.5. Okay. Yeah.
And then you get that 3 overs here around on this one. Well, there's some unders here in the 7.5 as well. Mm-hmm. Okay, I got you. So you're looking towards the.
I'm looking towards the Rays. I'm looking towards the Rays. Towards the first 5.
Got you. Okay. Let me look at one more thing.
Yeah, that looks totally different than him being at home as a favorite. I see. it look a lot worse, man. But they haven't faced a left-handed pitcher with him being a favorite at home. So that was the big thing for me. So and then the Angels in away and previous away loss, and the opponent started those left since June of this year.
Okay. We'll bring Kopech watching beans for stupid. I like that. Okay. I'll pull that up real quick, but I want to continue with what you were looking at. So Rays home favorite versus starting left-handed pitcher. First time with Springs is what you're mentioning, right?
Yes, yeah. So put the with Springs in there. If I looked at it right, I think that should be it. I see. Should be his first time facing the left-handed pitcher. With a Rays facing left-handed pitcher.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
How did so just as a home favorite in general?
Yep, 0-5.
Gotcha.
Well, 0-4.
0-4.
Yeah.
On the first 5. So that's the way that so that was part of my trend, right? 0-4, first 5 run line. And then if we look at just at home in general with Springs. Home in general, Springs 5-0-1 on the full game under. See, that's weird. So what we're saying is most of these opposing pitchers are righties, right?
Mm-hmm. All of the opposing pitchers are righties.
Got you.
Yep, that's all 6 of them. All 6 of the games right there.
All right, and then let's go back to Spodevs and see Rays how they hit against righties. So they do hit. See, that's the thing though. Like they still struggle against righties. Oh, it's no. I mean, from a run support perspective, it's not that far off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like let me check one more thing real quick. I see. So we're looking at the.
You didn't mess with the under though. You were just doing the run line.
Yeah, so I did. I had some notes on the under. See, I think I had. Let's see. I had the Rays being 7-2 on the first 5. Hold on, no. I had the under I looked at was the Springs is 5-0-1 to the full game under. Well, the Rays are 5-0-1 RC to the full game under when spring starts, and 11-3 to the under. 11-3 to the under when he starts, 5-0-1 to the full game under when he starts at home. And then I also had the Angels being 3-1-1 to the full game and first 5 under as an away dog against starting left-handed pitchers since July 1st.
Okay, I got you.
So yeah, I like the under. I didn't play it though.
So then Angels. So this is SoCal DGen's query. So Angels on the road, where they're coming off of a road loss and they're facing a starting left-handed pitcher since June, 6-0-1 to the under.
Okay. Appreciate this.
I mean, a lot of the things that I'm seeing is a full game under.
I like the full game under too. I see. What was the? I see. Go back to that query. What was the first 5? What was the first 5 on that one?
Run line. The run line.
No. The first 5. Just
3,
3-3-1. Okay. Yeah, I like the full game under a lot based on that query for sure.
But yeah, just recent form.
The question is, RC, do we think that the Rays are going to be able to score more because they're playing against they're getting the left-handed pitcher at home, or do we think the opposite? I got one more thing I want to look up too. RC, I know you probably got something that's on top of your mind.
Go ahead. Yeah,
but I want to let's look at the Rays as home favorites against starting left-handed pitchers without Springs at all, and compare it to them against right-handed pitching. And let's do like the last month and a half.
Or just say it's 07?
Yeah, let's just do. Yeah, that's what I've been using most of my.
And you said remove Springs? Wait,
let's remove Springs. Yeah, let's remove Springs.
Oh, there's only these 2 games.
There's only 2 games. Okay.
Yeah.
So
both to the over.
Both to the over.
1-1.
How many runs are they scoring?
Most of it is coming from them though. They're not giving up anything, right?
Which is why I wanted to play the Rays for the first 5. Right.
Got you.
So compare just take out the left-handed pitching and put the right-handed pitching in RC. I'm just interested to see how many less runs they're scoring. In this spot, I know it's a small sample size, but we only got 6. We got 6.5 runs in 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at right-handed pitching as home favorites, what do we get? Yeah, that's what I was looking at, Scott. Rays hitting lefties well at 250. Kopech just got pulled in the first inning, bases loaded. Oh my God.
4.57, 3.90. So that's not good for the under, but at least the first 5 run line. or first five money line. So 4.57, 3.93, and then here's the first five there. So looks towards the over on the versus righty. All right, so I'm not gonna mess with the first five. But I'm gonna do the full game under. That's the way that I'm gonna rock with it. What do you
I feel like we got a lot of stuff now going the other way. I see. This is why I didn't put no bets in until we did the show. Yeah. I didn't put any bets in yet until we did the show. But yeah, I like the first five. I still like the Rays. Either way, with this query, with the other queries, I like the Rays to be winning by at least a run. Just against left-handed pitching.
By the end of the first five.
I'm gonna take the first five. I'm gonna take them on the run line. 0.5 minus 0.5 in the first five.
Okay, so I got Chris.
And I probably dabble on that full game under 2 RC. Even still, I still like the full game under, even though this trim right here says it doesn't go under. Do we trust Tucker Davidson to not let the Twins go too crazy?
I mean, I would think so. Let me just bring him up real quick. From an average perspective, I mean, it looks like it's an under, right?
Yeah, 3.8.
So starter.
Has he pitched against anybody good? He got the Brewers in there, the Phillies, the Mariners, and so it's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think they're gonna get runs in, right? So I think I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm just gonna go with the under here.
Yeah, let's do it. And they opened at 7.5. I still see it at 7.5, and it's juice now. So money's coming into the under for sure. It's minus 135 on my book, which probably means there's that 7 on a lot of other books.
7.5. Okay, so I'll go full game under 7.5, and then you got the first five minus on the run line.
I'm telling you on the full game under 2 RC.
Okay.
Under 7.5.
And you're on the Rays first five minus on the run line. Got you.
Yeah, it's juice too. It's minus 140, but I'm gonna play it.
Minus 140. Well, I mean that means they're leading that way, at least.
No, I should have played it last night when I first kept it. Yeah, it probably was like 115. And then I hate losing juice. I see.
All right, so the next one. So that's that game. Next one is Marlins and A's. And the trend to watch here, 5-0 on the first five under as road favorites when Lopez starts for Miami. So that's the one that I was looking at here is the first five under. Let's bring up Spodevs. So we got Marlins, A's, Cabrera versus Oler.
Which is weird, RC, because it's Lopez, right?
Oh shit! Hold on.
This confused me yesterday too when I was looking at
Miami.
It last night.
Oh shit! It is Cabrera now.
Yep.
Was it Lopez last night?
Nah, it's been this way. I had to double check it. And the other sites told me I use MLB.
So give me the dog is incorrect. So that is right. So give me the dog is incorrect.
Yeah, give me the dog is incorrect. I see when I looked at it on 2 other places, they had Lopez starting and they had Cabrera starting tomorrow. So if you type it in, I think that's what it's listed at. Just type in Marlins and away favorites, and if you go down to the bottom, I think it says that he's starting tomorrow.
Cabrera. Oh, it switched back. Dang it. Okay, I should have probably looked at that one earlier. Well, that takes away the trend to watch. But we can break this down anyways. Did you have anything on this one?
What I was looking at, you know what? No, I did not. I actually did
not. Let's just break it down then. All right, so we got Cabrera here, 1.05 WHIP, 1.78 ERA. Why don't they have any? All right, 7.24, 1.67 on the WHIP, and if we break it down from today's their first game. All right, so first game, I like to look at the first game because I like to see how teams switch over. 3-12 on the money line here. After wins in game 1 of the series. They're not any better, but they're coming off of a loss. And if we look at
they're coming off a lot of losses, I see.
and then so that's that. And then Edward Cabrera here on the evening games, he's been pitching well like throughout since been starting. Oler 1-3 at home, 9.0 ERA, 1-2 last three, 4.02 ERA. So he's doing a little bit better in his last 3 starts. And then if we look at the batting, oh my God. So A's here under 3 runs per game against righties at home. Marlins 4.17 against righties on the road. Last 5, Marlins are just struggling. A's hitting a little bit better, 3.6 ERA, 3.6 runs. Oh, this is an interesting one. Where to start then?
Yeah, so I see. Let me tell you why I didn't have anything on it. Because when you think about the A's and you think about the Marlins, the first word that comes to mind starts with a U and it rhymes with thunder. Is the under, right? Of course, right? So the one thing that talked me off though was I had a really strong lean to the under yesterday in that spot with Luis Castillo on the mound for the Marlins, right? Yeah, for the Marlins yesterday. And he got touched up yesterday. So when you go and look back at the A's recent form, like you said, that number has changed a lot. And what I had, RC, I went to Fangraphs and was looking at the A's at home against right-handed pitching, and they're actually 18th right now OBP, so on base percentage 313, slugging percentage of 391, OPS of 705. Weighted runs created plus of 115. So they've been going through a nice little patch where they've actually been able to score runs, and I'm pretty sure we can pull that up on Give Me the Dog as well. We just looked at the Oakland A's recently against right-handed pitching.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna bring that up real quick. I just want to look at what Mitch is saying on the over 1.5 walks minus 125. So 2.5 walks, starter walks allowed at home, 2.33 last 3. If we look at the home road split here, 2.5. So they're in the last 5. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Minus 125 isn't a bad price.
That's a quick cap right there. I see.
Yeah, that's it. Good to go, Mitch. Good to go. So,
yep.
All right, so we got the Give Me the Dog. Sorry. All right, what did we want to bring up on this one again? This was
let's look at the A's. I was thinking under, I see, but let's look at the A's recently at home against right-handed pitching, and let's just
real quick though, just because I had it up already. Well, let me one second, real quick, just because I already had it up. Marlins as road favorites versus starting right-handed pitchers, 8-2 straight up, 8-1-1 on the first 5. Money line 8-2 on the first 5 run line. From a side perspective, it looks like towards the Marlins, but they're just not getting any run support lately. So that's that.
Also, RC, if you go down to the bottom and look at those games, like none of those have been extremely recent. None of those have been in the last month.
July.
You know what I mean?
That's probably why. I mean, like, because if you look at it, they haven't been putting up runs like I was saying earlier. That's probably why they've been dogs primarily for the most part.
Yeah, so they just played against the Dodgers, granted, it's the Dodgers, and scored 3 runs in the whole series in all 3 games.
Got you. All right, so what are we looking at? A's.
Let's look at the A's at home against right-handed pitching in the last month. So let's just do August. Let's just do the month of August.
All right.
Yes, sir. Oh, so they're still not scoring that many. That's 3.6. I'm interested to know if we go down to the bottom, RC, does that number get bigger as we? Nah, it doesn't. 5.44. Yeah, I don't know.
Were you trying to look towards the?
I was looking towards the under, remember? But over, we when we think about and I guess I'm when you compare the A's to other teams, RC, those 4s and 5s don't seem like a lot, but it is a lot for the A's, right?
For the
Like
A's,
the
yeah.
A's,
I mean, just looking at theirs, yeah.
yeah. So I think the recent trend is them going over. Like look at that. Like they score. You don't expect for the A's to score 4 runs or 5 runs. You know what I mean? So look, just looking at that trend right there, the first thing that jumps out to me is that they've scored over 4 runs in 4 of those games. And I mean, we got Logan Webb on the mound. We got Ohtani on the mound. Granted, they only scored 1 against Ohtani, but Gilbert, Logan Gilbert. So and Castillo yesterday. So these are serviceable pitchers.
Yeah.
That scared me off the under, RC.
I got you. That makes sense.
What you thinking?
I still like the under. Because Cabrera, I mean, he's been pitching well. And do you really think that they're going to be able to continue hitting at that rate, especially against these pitching, these pitchers that are? I mean, the only way that I could think of it is the reason why they're maybe getting these runs is maybe they're just being overlooked, right? Because they think these are easy wins, and they're just not bringing their best stuff. That could be it.
Yeah,
but
I agree with that. What if we look at RC? What if we look at how many runs they score in series games won? Because we started their record was 3-12, right?
Yeah. Or say that one more. Series game 1.
Yeah, just series games won.
At home against a starting right-handed pitcher.
I mean, we could take that out. You can keep it in. It don't matter. I was just curious.
Just look at it because it's already over 7-4 to the over. Hella L's though.
Yeah, most of that is because wins. They haven't been scoring. Yeah.
In July. Let's just take that out and just say. Yeah, I don't think I want to touch this game after that.
That's why we do the research, I see.
I mean, like towards the Marlins side, it makes sense, right?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
No, that's you're right. You're right, bro. That when I think about Marlins, I automatically think under. They haven't scored 4 runs in 25 games, longest streak since like the 1990s. I think is what I heard. What a commentator say the other day. And
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. But do you trust like 2 teams? We already know that the under is going to be so low in this game with both teams not being able to score historically throughout the season. So you know what I mean? Like I can see it being 1-2, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's like 4-3 or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. So Oler, I'm not gonna mess with this game, but I think maybe I'll stay away from the side. Sorry, I'll stay away from the total. But a lot of just looking at everything that we just looked at.
You want to take the Marlins, don't
Marlins.
You? Yeah. Oler is horrible. He is bad.
That's what I'm saying. But then Cabrera has been pitching so well. At some point, you think he regresses, right?
But if you regress, honestly, you don't want to regress against the A's though.
Shit.
You want to regress like to the
Mariners just lost 2 in a row to these fools.
I know, that's my point, honestly. That's why I can't get on the under, bro. I can't get on the under. But you want to regress to like the Dodgers, like Sandy Alcantara did yesterday. Alcantara.
I think I'm gonna go. I feel like I want to go with the Marlins. I need to dive deeper into this one. I got messed up last night because I thought it was Lopez starting. But I would lean towards the Marlins in this one. What do you think?
Insane.
Prima, he was quick with that one. Can't trust those Marlins. But that would be the only way that I could look on this one. I'm not gonna do the total. If I bet the side, it would be Marlins.
Yeah, I see him at a -144. If they can't score against the A's, bro, they against Oiler and the A's, they might as well just cut their season short.
Yeah. The other thing too is like we always talk about how Lions tell a story. Like the A's just beat the Mariners. How are they dogs against a Marlins team that can't score runs?
Right, that's a fact. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's the how's the line move so far? See, if we go look at that over on Wagertalk. I'm pretty sure money.
4-0. Well, at least we get one of the bets. All right, so because the under, they can't score anymore for us to hit the first 5 under.
I know. I took it too. It's all good.
Because it was 4.5, right? I'm pretty sure.
It was 4.5. I got it at 4.5.
Yeah, but at least we got
the bottom of the first.
At least I got the Royals. All right, so we got what are we looking at? Cabrera. So -140 going the other way here at Circa, but other books are going towards Miami minus 145. So it's kind of mixed up. It's mixed up. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. So for now, I'm gonna say lean on Miami, but that would be the only way that I could go.
Yeah. I feel you, Fremont. But if you taking the A's over the Marlins in this game, I think I probably just sit to the side and see what happened. But
Just chill,
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't look toward. I can't. I don't think I've ever backed the A's, and I don't think I will this year.
Yeah. Last one before we cut out here. Mets and Yankees. And we're doing pretty good on time, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
Normally we're like 20 minutes on one game. All right, so Mets and Yankees here. Let's go to Spodevs first. There you go. Scherzer and Herman, 2.15. So Scherzer just always dominating no matter what.
Always.
Then we got Herman, 4.45 ERA, 1.41 WHIP, 2-4 win-loss record there. How they adjust in series game one. Both are pretty good at winning in game one of the series. Scherzer here, 7-2 on the road, 2.56 ERA, 2-1, 2.21 last three. Herman 2-0 at home, so he doesn't. Not a lot of games at home. 4.166 ERA. He's been pitching a lot better last three, but 1-2 record-wise because the Yankees have been struggling to put up runs. 3.67 there. And then, runs here, 3.33.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the opposite side, they're getting the runs that they need to get the wins. Batting perspective, full season, 228 batting average, 4.83. So they struggle against righties at home more than they do against lefties. On the opposite side here for the Mets, they put up over a full run more against righties on the road than they do against lefties. Last five, you can see they continue to struggle here. 6.8 against righties. Wow. I mean, just based off of this quick synopsis over years, it goes the Mets.
Let's do it, RC. Let's take the Mets, baby.
Did you cap this one pretty well? Do you think?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I didn't. This is the first time looking at this matchup for me, pretty much. So I think, I mean.
So let me.
I'm just thinking that you're gonna go towards the Mets.
Yeah, let's talk about it a little bit, RC. So first of all, not that it's relevant anymore, but Saturday gave out the Yankees team total under 2.5 for the first five. That cashed. Yesterday, we played the under as well for the full game, and that cashed. So back-to-back wins on unders for the Mets. I'm sorry, for the Yankees. Unders for the Yankees. Looking at this game, I absolutely trust Mad Max a lot in this spot, RC. And I was looking at the 1.5. So I'm interested to see what your thoughts were on the 1.5
the run line
for the Mets. Yeah. So what I looked at, RC, I looked at the Mets being 10-2 straight up, 9-3 on the run line, as an away favorite against starting right-handed pitchers. I think this is only the second time that they've been dogs all year at home too, RC, while you run that query. The Yankees being dogs.
Yeah, the second time. Yeah, I saw that one here against the Blue Jays, 0-4 loss.
That was the other day. Yep.
Yeah. Because obviously we're not going to see the Yankees as dogs a lot. So I just pulled up Yankees as dogs, 2-7 on the first five money line, 3-6 first five full game money line, trending towards the under on both the full game and the first five there. The first five run line also is 2-7. And then, like you said, the one home game, 0-4 to the Blue Jays. And Scherzer is definitely a better pitcher than Gausman. Mets hitting better in this spot specifically too. Definitely the only way that I can look is that Mets run line, 7.5. Let's look at these 7.5 totals. 2-4, 9-1 against. Damn, they got Manoah. Okay, 2-4, 2. Oh, they already face each other.
Yep.
2-3.
7-5,
1.65, 1.34. So the line has gone towards the Yankees from that last matchup, which is interesting. That's interesting.
Hold
Okay.
on. You said the line went towards the Yankees?
Yeah, because look, so they're plus 165 here in this matchup. Oh wait, because they're at home. That's why.
Yeah, that's what.
Disregard.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So
Okay.
what I was saying, RC, was the Mets are them being 10-2. So if you just look at them against right-handed pitching, I know Domingo he's been serviceable for sure, but the Mets are 10-2 straight up, 9-3 on the run line as an away favorite against starting right-handed pitching since July 1st.
Since July.
They're winning those games by an average of 3 runs in that spot.
Let me put the date. Sorry. There you go. 10-2, 8-2-2.
9-3 on the one line. Yeah. I actually wanted to play both. I wanted to play the first 5 minus 1.5. I mean, the first 5 minus a half, and then play both run lines in favor of the Mets.
That makes sense.
The other thing I wanted to look at, RC, was I don't want to move too fast, but the other thing I wanted to look at was the Yankees' just recent form, because this month, this month at home in general, they have not been the greatest.
Oh yeah, for sure.
As far as scoring runs, so.
Okay, I just wanted to look up that last trend that you brought up, but specifically for Scherzer because he had 1 game in that spot, and he was 4-1 in the first 5, 9-7 full game against the Braves.
Oh yeah, that was the other day. Yeah, that was
the 17th.
Friday, I think. Yeah. We talked about that one on Ski Spaces, and I that's the one I told you I was supposed to play the first 5 in, and I forgot.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah, you told me you were hella mad.
Yeah.
All right, got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So 2-3. Even going back to the beginning of the year, he's been pretty good in this spot. Okay. All right. So what did you want to bring up on the other side, the Yankees?
Yeah. So let's look at the Yankees, RC, at home this month. Let's look at this month, the month of August.
All right, so 3-7, 2-8, 3.3 runs. Damn, they're not getting no runs. 1.6 on the first 5. Who are they going against? So Gonzalez, Gilbert, Castillo. Man, those are good pitchers.
Yeah.
Beeks, Springs, Cooper. Damn, they're just getting. Well, this one we can throw that one out the window. But they even get runs against him.
That's my point, RC. And then you get Mad Max come to the plate. Like I'm with it.
Yeah.
The only thing that's a tad bit interesting, RC, is that he doesn't get a lot of run support in the first 5, which is why he doesn't have the greatest first 5 run line record. If you look at Mad Max as an away favorite for his first 5 record, I think it's something like 2-4.
Yeah.
So 2-4.
Okay.
Yeah, right there. But he just got one last week in the game that you just showed against the Braves, and I think he gets another one this week.
Yep. What about, let's see,
a little more support.
Yeah, 3-0 straight up on the full game run line as well.
Saves his best for the big time moments.
There you go. First 5. Are you looking at the full game run line or the first?
I'm looking at both. I like both, RC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like both. Also, we can look at Mad Max against the Yankees already, because he did face him already one time this year, RC.
He didn't cover the full game run line, but went 2-0 there. But this was at home. What is Scherzer's home away splits? Hold on, let's see. 5-1-2, 5-3. And then if we go away, let's look at the runs. 4.5 and 2.88. Good split there. So if we look at the road, 5-1-3, 7-2 straight up. So they get a little bit more run support. Sorry, Is that correct? Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit more run support on the road than they do at home.
Yeah. The other thing I want to look up real quick, I see when you get done with this, let's look at the Mets.
Yeah.
Like I gave you the trend earlier, but the Mets being away favorites against starting right-handed pitching. And let's do July 1st again as well.
For this one again? Yeah, we did this.
Oh,
one.
we did look at this. Okay,
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we look at it.
Okay. Yeah.
So a lot of things pointing towards the Mets first 5 and the full game run line. How's Yankees bullpen? Yankees bullpen 4.95, 2.25, 3.33. Oh, so they're going. I want to say, I mean, shit. I would ride with you. You're looking at both the first 5 and the full game.
Yeah, which one you like more? I see. That's why I'm glad we get a chance to talk it out.
Yeah, to me, I mean, it seems like the full game makes a lot of sense.
Even though they lost the last one, right? The Yankees the Mets got the better bullpen last 5. I see a 2.25 ERA compared to a 4.95.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you look at home away splits, I see about the same, about a 3.8 for both.
Let's look at Herman real quick. On his first 5, 2 and 4. It's just because first 5 run line. I don't want to do the money line. Or
no, the money line juice. I think I see.
Yeah, I would do the. I want to say full game, dude. I want to say full game would be the way that I go.
Should be out of hand by then, right?
I think so. That's what I
think. I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, the first 5 money line is like minus 162, so I don't want to touch that either. What up, Akbar? I see you in the chat.
So he did right there 8.772.
What is that? I see. You looked at Domingo doing what?
Him at home.
At home, okay.
Yeah.
So one with run support and one without. Well, both with run support. So he hasn't really been a part of this debacle of their offense recently.
Yeah. Do one more thing. Damn,
he loses.
It's like the Mets. We know, so it almost. So we, from what we're looking at, Mets we think are gonna win, right? It's just a matter of
if they're gonna cover the run line.
The run line, yeah.
It's the only way I could look.
Yeah.
I do see that the games that he did lose are the ones where it's lower scoring. Besides that 5-7 one, and we also get a small super size. We get a small sample size. Actually, we don't get a big sample size with this guy.
Yeah. Demon brings up a good point. We got the -1 that we could mess around with. And then let me just double check because I think a lot of people. This is the one that I use for the run line calculator, and I could drop that here in the chat real quick. So if you want to grab a minus or a +1 on the run line, you could just use this calculator. Pretty easy to use here, and you could do that. So that, I mean, I wouldn't be against doing that, to be honest. -121, -1. That makes sense to me. I just don't like doing it because I know a lot of people always ask, how do you get -1 or +1 and stuff? But shit, we can start now. We can start now. I like that -1. Shit, I'll do that. Let's go with that. Shout out to Demon for bringing that up. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I see. I like it.
All right. Fuck it, let's go.
Yeah. Cameron said the Yankees haven't won 2 in a row. How long? -1 solid. Yeah. I think it's been, somebody talked about that in Ski Spaces earlier. I think it's been like over a month since they won 2 games in a row.
Yeah, it was Larry. I dropped in for that part. I heard him.
Yeah. And I think a big part of that too was left-handed pitching They had Cortez on the mound, Cortez Jr. on the mound yesterday, and the Rays really struggle against left-handed pitching. So yeah, I mean, I don't care if the Yankees lose, as long as they're undercash. So
Yes, sir. Oh, you're on the under.
No. Yesterday,
Oh,
I
okay.
was in the under.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So
Okay.
yeah, I didn't care if they won or not. I just figured they wouldn't score a lot of runs, and they just supported it.
Got you. Okay. All right. So that's the way that we're gonna go then, right? You agree with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
All right. So recap. We went through 4 games. First, Twins Rangers full game under 8.5. Next is that was. Are you gonna be on that one too, or is that
Yes,
just me?
I'm telling you on that. I see.
Okay,
strong,
so
them trains were strong.
Twins Rangers full game under 8.5, and then on the next game we had the Rays Angels. Chris had the Rays first 5 run line at -140. I got the full game under 7.5, and I think you said you're gonna do that one too as well, right?
Yes, I am.
And then on the next game was Miami. We're gonna lean towards Miami on the side there. I don't think we're gonna put anything official on it.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's the only way that I could go though. Is just towards Miami. And then this last game here, the Mets Yankees. We're gonna take the -1 at -121 odds. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 official plays there. And then real quick, running through the MLB trends to watch: Minnesota Twins 11-1-2 full game under at home versus starting left-handed pitchers when the total is greater than 7. The Rays 5-0-1 full game under at home and 0-4 on the first 5 run line as home favorites when spring starts.
Mm-hmm.
And those were the 2, right? Because the third one gets crossed off since I had Lopez, not Cabrera starting. So those are the 2 trends of the day to watch in the MLB. With that said, Chris, anything to promote before we cut out here?
Nah, just look forward to the episode. Like I said, me and Ronald had a chance to chop it up, so I got to go in and get that. But I'll send that link for everybody that's a part of Ronald's community. Definitely check out my work on Twitter at Crispy Captain if you haven't already. I also have a YouTube page. I'll start making some videos here soon as we get closer to the basketball season and doing more spaces and stuff like that. I did host one over the weekend. But yeah, that's all I got, RC, for sure. And join the chalkboard, man. It's right here.
Right below, there.
Yeah, right there, man. I posted a play yesterday, but we had a push because game got canceled. But yeah, we gonna get back to giving out free plays for sure, and just interacting with the community, helping people to be long-term profitable.
I think really once we're able to get the Windows folks, the Android guys in there, things will really be popping, because I know a lot of guys that follow us are Android, and it's only available for iPhone right now. But it's going to be just a couple weeks away in my from what I heard, right? A couple weeks away.
Yeah. I had a couple guys yesterday. I talked about it yesterday in the spaces. RC, I think we had like 10 people actually join yesterday. Yeah. But I had a couple people who DM'd me too and said that they couldn't get in. And I told them just to keep a watch out for sure. So
Akbar, we're gonna get Chris hooked to every single sport that I cap. That's how we're gonna roll now.
Yeah, I cap football, RC. Akbar, I definitely cap football. Just not SDQL. So I want it to be extremely profitable like SDQL for sure.
You're gonna start capping soccer. You're gonna see the other football. Hey, that's how it's gonna go.
Hey, we can cap swimming, table tennis, whatever. As long as it's producing dollars, that's all that matters.
I got you. All right. Well, hey, with that said, man, Chris, I appreciate you always coming on here and rocking with me. This has been super fun, especially with how we've been doing the show. Being able to cap live, have the chat really popping, and adding their input as well, and bringing up questions that help us become better cappers as well. Those are very key components to why Let's Cap has been successful, especially the last few weeks and a couple months. But yeah, with that said, this is the end of the show, guys. Thanks to all who tuned in on YouTube and on Twitter. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button before you bounce. Make sure you check out the links in the description as well. And as always, I have to end with this. Please remember, it's on whether you fade us or follow us, it's on you to make that call. Good luck on all your actions. Till next time. Peace.